Hello everyone, this is my binge part 2. So now it's 6:20, so it's probably about 5 hours later after the original one, and yeah, the good news is that it did stop my binge after I'd made the last video. I went out, I walked. I needed to go out and get some air. Did that, and I sort of lost interest in all idea of home food, which is great. But it was I learned so much this afternoon. What I did, I had to go to the supermarket. This is very interesting. I had to go to the supermarket, and I took Tom, who's 2.5. So, in the old days, I would have been right. I can get my usual what I binge on in the supermarket. I'm not going to start talking about specific foods, because certainly when I used to watch things about eating and people would mention them, they'd make me want them. So I think I might have done that in videos before, but I'm not doing that anymore. So, but I know what my specific thing that I would binge on in the supermarket, and it's, of course, no one can tell. You buy it as if you're going to take it home and share it with other people, and then you eat it yourself when no one can see. And it's great having Tom with me, because he can't say anything. Anyway, but I didn't even want to get that item. So, but what's been just a big revelation for me this afternoon is I feel awful. I feel like my head's in a vice. I feel like my inside's being sandpapered. Now, if you've watched the last video on this one and you suffer from binging or bulimia, you'll probably really hate me. You're thinking, well, she stopped having a binge, she should be dancing around the room. And that's true, but stick with me here, because there's a learning point, right? Which is, how can I put it, is that I'm in this transition from being compulsive eater to having normal eating patterns. And before, the compulsive eating and the binging, when I did binge, had definite function to make me feel safe, or I don't know. My mind's not very not that clear at the moment on that. Anyway, and it fulfilled a function. So what's happening now, because I've had the hypnotic gastric band, is that I'm saying I don't need this anymore. I don't need the compulsive eating. So when I'm going to start to binge, I've got my black and white rules in place, and I'm fighting it because I don't need it. And then the old me, or my ego, or my subconscious, or I don't know what it is saying, no way, come back to me. And this is what it's done all afternoon. It's still doing. It makes me feel so bad. I can't, there's no logical reason, but I think that's what it is. It's saying, come back to me, come back to the old way. Now, what I would do before was obviously give in and have the binge, and I feel great. Well, not great, but I would feel kind of, like the addict's hit and all this sort of stuff before. I felt terrible after. But that's not... but today, I haven't even wanted the food. So instead of having a battle over, I need all this food now, or I'm going to go mad, that's not even there, and I'm just left with the bad feelings. But that's what I have to go through. I know that. There's a film, Gabriel Byrne, who's an Irish actor. It's a very old film. I think it's called Into the West. I will put the link and I'll tell you what the film's actually called. Anyway, he's an alcoholic, and at the beginning somebody asks him why he drinks, because he's got 2 children. I think his wife has died. He's drinking in the morning, and he says, I drink because that's the only time I can stand myself. And that's it, really. Whatever your addiction is, you do it so that you can stand yourself, so that it makes everything okay and you can feel normal. And so now I'm in this big transition, and I've gone right in with hypnotherapy. I've got to the core of the problem and gone, and the reason for me having to eat compulsively is now gone, because the hypnotherapy has sorted that out, and now I have my hypnotic gastric band. I'm not physically able to binge, and in fact, this is the thing, is today, I thought about it when I calmed down. I had that packet of chocolate in the supermarket, but what I considered a binge in my last video, and I was all in a panic about, was 2 rolls. So even 3 weeks ago, having 2 rolls for lunch would be normal. So I didn't even have a binge today. The important thing is I had the panic and I had the feelings of a binge, because now what my level for being full in my stomach is much, much smaller than it was before. So now the things that I'm putting in place to control myself, which I set up yesterday, which is having portion sizes which have to be in that bowl, and I can't deviate from them, and taking minimum time to eat my food. That's incredible control for me to exert, and it just goes against everything I've done for God knows how many years. So I've lost my train of thought now. Anyway, I'm going to stop this video now. I'll be able to put it together in more of a some more coherent ideas. But yeah, I don't feel good, but I know I have to go through this, and I know I will feel amazing about this about another day. Okay, so for now I'm just happy that I broke it. I don't think I've ever managed to break a binge before. I did it though, so there you go. I'll speak to you soon.